Welcome to Upgrade. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and today I bring in the CP960 conference phone, VoIP conference phone. All right. So if you're not familiar with it, this is voice over IP. Now this is PoE also too. So there is power. If you have a switch that has a PoE, you can enable that. You won't need the extra power cord, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what you get. Now this is a Verizon phone, so we got the deal through Verizon. Services are inexpensive now these days. Now that we're getting rid of all the PRIs and pretty much any copper lines are going out of business automatically and they're switching over to digital. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and see what you get with this conference phone. All right. So this is what you get. You get the actual phone. That's a triangle phone. If you guys notice, it's like a three-way phone. So you got plenty of mic inputs on the sides, every single side, and then you got your speakers input right here, your speaker out going out here. Now there's mute buttons in case you have those extra accessories that we're going to talk a little bit about them, which you could buy additional microphones that you could wirelessly set up through here through Bluetooth. So we're going to talk a little bit more about it and see what you get with the you purchase with this. So the screen is pretty large. You get a long cable. This is a category 6 cable. They give you 7.5 millimeters long, which is pure long. It's really long. So then they give you a power cord connection, and this power connection is actually in case you don't have PoE switch or router, then you can use this. This is actually a booster, one to the internet and one to the actual phone. So you need two, and then you need power, of course. This will power the whole system. And then they give you another additional cable too. And this is a shorter one. This will be for the actual booster, right? So we're gonna open it, we're gonna turn it on. And the good thing is that we don't need actual PoE switch because I have one right now, and we're gonna activate this phone and we're gonna see how to set it up. And let's take a look at the bottom of it, right? Bottom, very simple. You could get wire mics here, 1, 2, and here's the input that you put the internet in here. This would be where your internet connection's at, right? So you have one input, two inputs if you have wire mics. So you can go wirelessly too, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. But first, let's go into details. In here, you got a lock feature. You got and then you got a 3.5 jack millimeter. This is actually for an extra microphone if you want to get it louder. On the other side, you have a USB here, and this would be pretty much for upgrading or charging other systems. So that's pretty much what you can do. Other than that, it's really light. I like the color. It's silver. Verizon all over around it, but we're gonna test it out. And of course, they give you another input here besides the micro USB right here, and then a regular USB A. So not bad. We're gonna go ahead and set this up, and we're gonna plug it in. All right, let's take a look at some features that are in the system itself. Here you have your history, your message, your settings, your recording, your dial, and your directory, and then your Bluetooth. This is very important because you can put a headset on this, or you can put extra speakers that we're going to talk a little bit more about them. But this is a great thing about it. You could just dial here, and it's just a touch, right? It's 1, 2, 1, 3. That's pretty much I'm going to show you.
My mic is pretty loud. That's because, the mic is really good. I like it. And I'm standing for like 4 or 5 feet. But the microphone, you turn it down.
That's it. Yeah, that was not even loud. So I like the
microphone.
It's really good. It's really clear too. I'm talking
to my phone. This is a system.
And here we have the Yealink microphone extender. So look at these, how small they are. I'm gonna put this on the side, and these are another addition you can buy. But I just want you to see how small, how tiny they are and light. And of course, these are chargeable, right? And they're simple to use. There's a mic input here. We're gonna program in here. I'm gonna put this on the side. So earlier today, I showed you an input that there was a USB connection. You plug it in the side of it right here. If you guys see it, plug it in here. And then the station, this is a docking station for the actual microphones, and there is an input here. This is a micro USB. Plug it in here. You guys notice they're blinking right now. They're getting charged. Now we're gonna sync them up right now. We're gonna sync them up to the actual, and it says charging right here. There's a little red indication light. If you can notice, and this is red, and we're gonna sync them up to the actual system. So let's go ahead and do that. I like this whole system. And we're turning it on, trying to synchronize these phones, these actual microphones. So we're going to go ahead and set them up. So we're going to go mics in here. We're going to set up the wireless mics in here. I'm going to add. We're going to search for it. Instead of Bluetooth, we could have a Bluetooth one if you want to, but these are actually built for this system itself. And right now it's trying to find it, and it's signing up, finishing, and it found it successfully. So we got the mic set up already in here, and we got details on it. That's one, and we're going to include the other one. All right, so you could manually program this thing to add contacts in here. You could set up your voicemail. If you're a small business and you're starting and you need a conference room phone, this is a great phone. This will actually work for a room that's larger than 12 by 12, all right? And it could go beyond, especially with these microphones. You could extend them even longer. So if people are sitting across the way and they want to be able to, you want to be able to hear their voice, this is a perfect way. These are microphones. They're not speakers. The speaker's pretty loud. I had it at 50%. I didn't have it 100%, but it was really loud, really good. You could manually control each speaker. And when you buy the phone, this is an additional cost, all right? So there's an additional cost if you buy it because they're not included, of course. And by itself, it's really good itself. But if you have those conversations, then you need to get the range. These are very good. So the phone is a little pricey, but the service is pretty cheap every month. So if you have any questions or any comments, let me know. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and we're out.